I know that was a short break. You probably missed us. You're probably wondering why they're back live again. And that's because one of the movies that we saw pretty early on in Sundance had an embargo, which means we're not allowed to talk about it in social media or write anything about it until 2:00 Central today. And that movie is the documentary and U.S. competition at Sundance, Try Harder, with an exclamation point. And Try Harder follows a group of high achieving students at Lowell High School, which is the oldest public high school west of the Mississippi, and it is an extraordinary school. Do you want to talk a little bit about the school, Karen? Why it's extraordinary?
I don't know.
What makes it unique?
I think it's as extraordinary as you do. As predicted, when we talked to Debbie Lum, the director, about this, Rob was very excited because he went to high school and was a part of a special program such as—
I'm doing air quotes. It's an accelerated program, International Baccalaureate.
Because
made me the man I am today.
That's exactly the problem with these school systems. And so what was amazing is you sort of see that unfold. So the story really follows this school where there's all of these kids who really are just really high achieving, like Rob said. And the fun part about it was like high achieving, but also super sweet, like super fun to follow. So,
but for them and the families, their purpose when they enter in this high school to when they leave is college admissions. Yeah. And we're not talking just getting into college. It's getting into the Ivy Leagues. It's getting into Stanford, Northwestern, if they're lucky.
So much pressure. And really their anxiety was my anxiety going through this, even though that's not something I experienced in my own life. But I really, really liked following this. It makes me scared for our own kids and what's to come for them.
Well, I think, in the 40 years or so since you've been in college or, in high school, in the 20 years or so since I've been.
It has been 20 years. Like, that's the really scary part. It's been 20 years.
The documentary really highlights how it's changed dramatically when it comes to acceptance rates. They're in single digits now for these prestigious schools. And despite this being an extremely everyone that goes to this school is extremely talented. The pressure is certainly there, and it's almost like a form of like weird racism that's happening for the students there. Is like they're almost viewed because it's so competitive. Like, oh, that's just the kids from that really super smart school. Like we want more, we want different diversity, which is like I get it from the university's perspective. Like they don't want everybody to be the same cookie cutter. But it focuses on the kids and also on the parents.
Yeah, parents are weird. Parents are really weird. We have to vow never to become weird.
Yeah.
I know when I chose my college, I'll tell you how I literally chose it. So I was walking down the hallway at my high school, and when I was a senior, and junior, there were all these posters on the wall. And this one had just this really beautiful fall scene, like lots of colors. And I was like, that's where I want to go. And then that's what I did. That's where
It's good marketing. It's good marketing.
It was really good marketing. That's all I knew. And I'm glad that I took that route. Interestingly, I will love for you to catch our interview with Debbie Lum. She is fantastic. She's wonderful to chat with, the director of this, or the documentarian of this, filmmaker. But interestingly enough, like she shared the experience that I had where it wasn't like low pressure. Her parents didn't put a lot of pressure on her. So really, I think it was more of a study for her of like where it is today, even though it deviates from her own life. So super interesting, super cool thing to check out.
It's my favorite in the U.S. documentary competition thus far. Like I haven't seen everything, so it's unfair to say whether I think that's the winner, but it's my favorite thus far for sure. It's got my vote.
Yep.
One of my favorites of Sundance period. So nice work with Try Harder. Check it out when it becomes available. Sneak over to Sundance too. You can get tickets virtually. For single movie tickets, or you can get a whole package if you're really interested in just cramming in a bunch of movies.
Don't grab this one just yet. Let me tell you all of them in the recap and then go out and choose your tickets, because we still have a lot of movies left to see. After this, we got to go see a couple more movies, and we're going to do that right now.
Catch you later.